Hey yo, what is going on guys, Cash and Clean here, and for today's video I just wanted to talk about a quick power rank video. And I have done something like this in the past where I do like a basic and an advanced guide for power rank, but for this video it's just gonna be like a summary of both pretty much. But before we get into today's video, I just wanted to thank you guys all so much for the growth that's been going on my channel. Like I mentioned this in my last video, or I guess the Road to Rank 1 video, the second episode. I mentioned like how amazing it is, like we actually hit 3,000 subscribers and how long this journey has taken me. And I don't know, you guys are just smashing that like button and smashing that subscribe button. And I don't know, it's been super motivating for me to want to upload more videos for you guys, and I always like helping people, so that's like the one main thing about me. I know I don't really show it on stream, but I've pretty much given away like at least 100 mil just to random people. Like I'll find someone random, I'll give him like 100, not 100 mil, I'll give him like a couple mil, or I might give someone like a starter kit. I'll like throw in a lot of expensive mounts, allies, whatever the case may be. And yeah, I don't really show that on video, but I think for one of my future videos, I could do something like that, kind of like a Mr. Beast style video, where I just give away money, or I can't really give away money, but I can give away Flux or other stuff to people. And the nice thing about that is that people just don't expect it. Like I just, you know, talk to someone, they don't really know I'm gonna give them stuff, but I'm like, hey, come to the trade post, and then they're like, oh, okay, and then I just give them a whole bunch of things. But anyway, just like a video idea, I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, but I can do that later on if you would want me to. But anyway, getting on to today's video about power rank. So let's just say you're brand new to the game, because I get asked this a lot. Like if you're, you know, 1100 power rank or 10,000 power rank, or even if you're trying to get past 30k power rank, this video should help you out. So the main thing I'm gonna say, if you're like brand new to the game, or if you're like 5,000 power rank or less, or maybe even under 10k power rank, what you want to do is follow your quest line. As you can see on the top right of this video in particular, this is my brand new account, this is my Road to Rank 1 mastery thing, but you can see I'm following the quest line. I'm not doing the Geode one. Geode will kind of confuse you guys. I wouldn't really recommend that unless you guys have like a decent flux making strategy, or like once you're more into the game, I guess. But once you hit level 10, you'll reach the expertise quest line, which I think they changed the name. It's like gem expertise or something like that. It has to do with gems. But either way, the idea of that quest line is that whatever character you started with in the beginning, like your very first character, like in this series I started with Tomb Raider, even though I have 3 different characters. So the gems and stuff that the game will give you is based off of that character. So since I went with Tomb Raider, I'm gonna get magic damage gems. Now the stats on these gems aren't gonna be amazing, same with like the power rank, but it's like an amazing way to get started because they give you stellar gems. The empowered gems are gonna be radiant, so you're gonna want to switch those out, but the stellar ones are amazing. So if you just follow that quest line, you'll get a stellar for air, water, and fire. And you'll even get empowered gems. Even though they are radiant, you're just gonna get a massive boost to your power rank, because stellars are the highest tier gems at the moment of me recording this. And if you can get your hands on those, try to level it up to level 15. And I would just recommend doing all of your gems, get those to level 15, assuming they're stellar and they're pretty decent. The one the game gives you from the quest line, you can level those up to 15, that's no problem. And then if you end up getting a better one, you can just take that off, loot collect it, you'll make profit in dust. You can check out my last video about talking about the gem dust stuff. But yeah, I don't think people really understand how overpowered the quest line is, because it gives you a really nice start to the game. So all you have to do is hit level 10 on whatever character. And the only unfortunate thing is that if you get physical damage gems on a magic damage character, if that's the case, I guess you can throw it on, or if you can switch classes, maybe that'd be more ideal. Or you can just throw it on whatever class and then, you know, eventually farm better gems. But I guess it kind of depends on your guys' situations. But long story short, the quest line will give you a bunch of power rank. I think from what I remember, it got me to at least 15k power rank, and you can kind of get yourself over to 20k power rank. So it's a nice little start to get going with. Now the next thing that I do get asked is that, you know, you have to farm gems, or, you know, you can get gear to obviously get better power rank. But some people aren't really able to do that, and they're not, you know, they can't solo much, which is understandable. This game can be kind of hard sometimes. My recommendation for that is to level up your character, because if you can level up your character, not only do you get basic stats, which aren't really going to help you that much, but what does unlock is an extra gem spot, because if you can get an extra gem spot, that means more damage, and the more damage you can do, the easier you can obviously farm. And once you're able to do the U9 stuff, like, you know, air, fire, drowned world, you can get one step closer to farming yourself some stellar gear. But if you can't, you can maybe try to find someone that can carry, because if you can find someone that can carry, you want to take big advantage of that and try to get as many boxes as you can, because from that you can get a bunch of gem dust, and you can also find a gem that might be good for your character. And once you find a good gem for your character, you can level that up to 15. And the only reason why I say 15 is because anything after that is probably just gonna waste your resources, because at least in my experience, I ended up, leveling up a few bad gems, like some radiance to level 22. That's the max radiance can go to. And I kind of wasted a lot of resources on that when instead I could have just leveled it up to 15, loot collected it, gained some profit on some dust, and then once I was able to get stellar gems, I could just put more of my time into that. But the thing with that is, I obviously want like the best stats, so it kind of just depends on your situation. So just don't waste your resources. That's the biggest thing. You can check out my previous guides if you have any questions, or just drop something down in the comments down below. But anyway, like I said, level up your character. If you have to drop down an Uber just to solo things, just to level up, do that. Because if you can't find a carry for delves, because delves is the best way to gain XP, if you're doing 117 through 128 delves, that's the depth. Most people can't really do that early on, but if you can, then that's amazing. I used to mention this a lot, but you can just check out my streams, because I do help people constantly on there. But I haven't really been streaming too often because I've gotten a little bit busy, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But anyway, once you find a method to gain some stellar gems and just kind of progress from there, level up your character, from there you can actually get to around 20 to 25k power rank. And this is where you're going to want to focus on your gear, because once you're able to get into U8 or U9 topside, or even U10, you want to try to get at least crystal 1, because if you can get crystal 1, you'll be gaining something called light. And if you can get your hands on light, then you're going to do more damage in topside and you'll do more damage in delves, and that's what you're going to want to shoot for. So try to get some higher tier crystal gear. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but the weapon actually gives you the most light. So if you can get a higher tier weapon, so if you can get at least crystal 2, you can level that up with the gem forge if you would want to, and that would get you a bit of light until you can farm crystal 3 or even crystal 4 for that matter. And then from there you should be able to start doing delves, and with crystal gear, you want to pearl them up, because pearling them will give you a lot more power rank. And if you pearled all of your crystal gear, your face hat, and your weapon, with everything I have talked about, you should be around 30k power rank, or at least close to it, or even above it depending on your situation. And then from there it's just leveling up your gems, getting your good ones to level 25, your stellar ones, make sure they're stellar, and then if you get an empowered one, make sure they're 3 stars. If you don't know how to check if your empowered gem is a 3-star or a 2-star, you can take it to a gem forge, and if you can get it to level 15, you can just check the boosts on it. If you have 2 boosts, then unfortunately that's a level 2. You're gonna have to get rid of that at some point. And then 3 stars will have 3 boosts, and the reason why you want the 3rd boost on there is because more stat value pretty much is what you're going for there. So like I mentioned, just once you get good gems, level those up to 25, and then from there you can focus on your gear. And then if you really want to, you can throw on some food. There's the electrolytic crystals that give you 300 light. It's not super helpful, but it does help out quite a bit. Lights, any bit of light is really nice. Then you can get your ally, you can get the weekly torch for your banner, or you can just throw on any random banner you get from delves that gives you a little bit of stats. And then you can throw on some emblems, you can get some flasks going, and any bit of mastery really helps with your power rank as well. It's not a huge amount and it's not something you should focus on, but mastery does help with it. And the last thing I'm going to talk about, because it kind of fits in with mastery, is dragons. Dragons give you permanent stats, and if you can get your hands on all of the dragons, or at least the ones that matter to your character the most, whatever one you play. So whatever dragon gives you magic damage, or if it gives you crit damage, or if it gives you attack speed, or even jump sometimes helps for farming, then that will be beneficial to you guys. So just try to look out for the dragons that give you stats. Just hover over them, see what they give you, or you can just Google them and try to farm the resources for that, and you can try to get your dragons that way. So what I usually tell to some of the newer players that are coming into Trove is, while you're leveling up your character, or whatever character you're doing, or whatever farming you're doing, every hour there's a challenge, whether it's a rampage or if it's a coin challenge, or the thing I'm trying to get at here are the dragon coin challenges. I highly recommend doing all of your hourly challenges, or as many as you can really, and try to get as many dragon coins as possible, because once you get 100 you can go get yourself a dragon, assuming you have the resources. Some dragons may vary in whatever they require for resources. I know there is one dragon that doesn't require dragon coins. I might make a video on that because it's super easy to get. So just make use of your Fridays. Fridays are dragon day, you can get more coins, and obviously Patreon helps a little bit with that as well. But apart from that, I think I pretty much covered everything. With everything I mentioned, you'll be going past 30k plus power rank, so that's probably what you're going to want to shoot for. And if you guys know me, I have all of my classes maxed apart from from I think 7 of them. I just need permatorches on them. So it is kind of a big grind, but you guys can get there. If I can do it, you can do it. So that's going to be the goal for you guys. I believe in you. If you have any questions, drop something down in the comments down below. And on that note, if you're brand new to the channel and you like what you see, drop a sub and drop a like. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And apart from that, thank you all for watching. Episode 3 will be coming out soon, hopefully very soon, for the Road to Rank 1 for Mastery. But anyway, I'll see you all later.